Over the last 3 years, I've purchased and reviewed over 50 different speculative crypto miners on this channel. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how much I made with all those miners in April of 2025. This is a monthly series where I track all my income from crypto mining, running crypto nodes, minus my current expenses such as electric and hosting costs, so I can share with you my net income for the month. As always, I'll have a refreshed ROI or return on investment analysis for every miner, which I'll share with you later in this video. For those who are new to the channel, first off, welcome. My name is Jason, and this is SWANCASTLECRYPTO. Most of the miners we'll be reviewing today are depin miners, which stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. It involves using blockchain technology and token incentives to build and maintain physical infrastructure and help to solve real-world problems. Most of these miners are both low cost and low power, as well as profitable, making it easy for home miners like you and I to get involved. Crypto markets fell hard at the beginning of April on Trump's tariff announcement, but it looks like we may have bottomed in early April as we've seen Bitcoin and other major altcoins rebound over the last few weeks. Global liquidity has begun to start rising again, which historically crypto has followed closely, so I think there's a strong possibility that we see a big rally in the crypto markets later this year. It was the lowest revenue month in the 3 years I've been sharing this monthly earnings report with you, with revenue coming in at just $611 for the month. That's largely due to me shutting down my Bitcoin miners at the end of March due to them no longer being profitable. I did a video on that, which I'll link in the description below. Expenses for the month came in at just $16, which is the estimated electric cost to power my phone farm. That's the one big benefit of these depin miners, virtually zero power costs for most all of them. Net income for the month came in at just $596, which is up from the last few months where I was running my Bitcoin miners unprofitably. I know these numbers aren't very impressive, but they are what they are at this point. I put this information together for you every month to keep you updated on every project I've reviewed for you on this channel. It takes me a long time to put this together for you, so I ask if you gain anything from this video, all I ask is that you hit that like button for me. Well, as always, we'll start from the most profitable and we'll work our way down. I'll give some high-level commentary over each. So our number one project for the month, once again, is Entropy. This is a funny kind of meme coin project. You buy these little devices off Amazon and you got to dig a hole in your backyard and you earn their meme token. This month I earned $276 for this project. To date, I've been in this one since October of last year. I've accumulated about $1,500 in rewards at this point. The one big downside with this project is if you sell your tokens that you've earned, you no longer earn any more. So it's kind of a hot potato situation on when I want to sell my tokens. But at this point, we're just going to continue to accumulate tokens and see how far this one goes. Number two project for the month is my HyFix GeoNet space weather station. We've been in this one for almost 3 years now. We got in this one in the very beginning. I know many of you watch this channel got in this several years ago, and it's been a big winner for us. We made 700 tokens with our space weather station this month. This is essentially an antenna and receiver you mount on your roof, and it helps to increase the accuracy of GPS satellite locations down to like millimeters. So it's a really interesting project. They're starting to bring some real world revenue into the project. It's one of the big winners in the depin sector that we've seen over the last couple of years. So the Geo token was down just 13% for the month, which isn't too bad. This token's actually held up quite well compared to the rest of the altcoin market over the last several months, so making $148 for the month. Go to my GeoCalc tab, so you can see I earned 700 tokens for the month. The maximum rewards is 24 tokens per day. They'll have a halving here at the end of June, so that'll be cut in half to 12 tokens per day. So I'm still earning some decent rewards here. A couple things of note with GeoNet this month. They did have a big proposal that was up for vote. It ended up passing. It was their GIP6 proposal. It barely passed it. I think it was like a 68 or 69% pass rate versus the 67 required. And what this proposal basically introduced is they want to have an additional reward for the highest performing stations, which have over 99.9% rolling reward rate. Unfortunately, mine is much lower than that. I'm at about a 94% at this point. And that's because there's some trees around my house, so I don't get the highest rewards. That's why I'm not getting the full 24 tokens per day. It also creates a penalty system. So if you have under an 80% reward rate, you lose your incentive. So it's a way for the team to try to ensure better mounting for people and that they're not mounting their weather stations in poor locations or poor satellite visibility. So I think overall this proposal ended up being a good thing, and it'll be a good thing long-term for the project to ensure that people have quality deployments up. Number three are my DIMO data miners. I have 4 different connections with DIMO. If we go over to my DIMO tab, I have the DIMO AutoPi, DIMO LTER1, I have a connection with my Tesla, which was free to set up. So if you have a Tesla, you can connect to DIMO for free. And I also have one connected to a smart car, which is also a free connection. Last month, I started staking across all my different devices. So I staked some DIMO for 2 years and increased my rewards. You can see our weekly rewards are decreasing about 1% per week, which has been pretty standard over the last year. As more and more cars get connected to the network, the total cars that are receiving rewards, you get a smaller slice of the total reward pool. So your amount of tokens you're earning each week tends to slightly decline over time. Number 4 project for the month is my HiveMapper dash cam. I still have not received my B, and I haven't gotten any notification yet on when that shipping will occur, but I've been on the lookout for it. I know the HiveMapper team has been ramping up their production of the B. It looks like right now they're estimating production of about 700, production and shipping of about 700 devices per week. So hopefully I can get my device soon, and I'll do a full review video, guys, for that once I do receive my B dash cam. But it is obviously frustrating because I ordered this well over a year ago, and they were supposed to start shipping them in Q3 of last year, and that's been delayed. So it just seems like it's a very slow ramp up process, which is obviously disappointing. For the month, I earned 1,344 tokens for my HiveMapper dash cam. I drove a total of 1,270 miles. It's nice. DIMO actually had a big update to their app this month where it shows you a lot of different data points around each vehicle, like your charge level, your battery level, oil life, I think air pressure. It also shows your odometer and the amount of you're driving. So I can track my exact number of miles I've been driven each month to try and get a better gauge of how much I'm earning based on my driving habits each month. So a slight decrease in rewards versus March. So I'll start tracking my actual miles driven each month to see if there's a strong correlation between the amount of miles I'm driving and the amount of rewards I'm receiving. It'll also be interesting to see once we do get the B dash cam, if we do see a significant bump up in rewards. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm hopeful. They promised that the B is going to earn higher than these older dash cams, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Number 5, we have WeatherXM. WeatherXM are weather stations you mount on your roof, and they're creating a global network of collecting weather data. We've been in this project for about 3 years now. Their token just went live last year. So because I was part of their beta, where I tested for the first 2 years, I earned beta rewards. So my rewards are about 50% higher than you would receive if you were just joining this project today. I'm making $34 for the month. The WeatherXM token has held up pretty well over these past several months when the crypto market hasn't looked so hot. So I'm excited to see where the WeatherXM goes over the next year or so as well. I should probably do an update video for you guys on WeatherXM just because I haven't done one on this project in a while, and there's some interesting things that they're building over at WeatherXM. Number 6, we have Step In, my NFT shoes. This is a move to earn project. I essentially get rewarded for moving every day. So going on walks, going on runs. I walk between an hour and a half per day, and I get rewarded in their GST tokens. So just earning $32 for the month, but it's a good excuse for me to stay active. Number 7, we have the Anyone miner. This is a new project. I did a video on this about 2 weeks ago. I'll link the video on that in the description below. So this one is still on testnet. So we still have testnet rewards. There's only a partial month of earnings at this point. So earning $9, but that is not a liquid amount at this point, just because they are just testnet rewards. But my understanding is they should be going live here in the next couple months. I was quite negative on this project in my videos, but I think some of the points I made on it were valid, but I know that didn't make the distributor or the team very happy about my comments. But my job here on this channel is to try to convey my true opinions on these projects, and not every project, in my opinion, are worth jumping into. So check out that video if you want to learn more about the Anyone miner. Number 8, we have my streamer node. This is essentially a staking on the streamer network where they're helping to support other depin projects by providing node services for the projects. So just earning $5 for the month. I've been doing this for several years now, but the data token really hasn't held up very well. Number 9, we have the Deeper Connect Mini. Like you mentioned, this is a decentralized VPN device, connect home at home. I have 75,000 deeper tokens staked across on this, so that's really contributing to my rewards here, but just earning $3 for the month. But it is nice to have a VPN, which I can use at any time at home through Deeper. Number 10, we have Crank. This one's been a big dud for us. As many of you are aware, we've been in this one for about 2 years, and the Crank token just hasn't performed very well, unfortunately. I have my 2 old Match XM2 Pros on here, and then I have 2 of my Bobcat Helium miners connected to Crank, but just earning $2.50 for the month. Number 11, we have Sword Chain. This is very similar to DIMO. I have a test connection here, just earning 50 cents for the month, but it's nice. I don't have to do anything with this, and the tokens just roll in. So we'll see if the Sword Chain can take off like DIMO, and maybe this could be a big winner for us as well. They also have a hardware device which you can purchase. We'll go over that in the ROI analysis here next. Number 12, we have my phone farm. We lost several more phones this month, so now I'm down to 33. We were at 50 at one point, but I've got some bubbling issues on a lot of my phones that I've purchased recently. I'm planning on doing a video on that in the next couple days, where I want to walk through some of the potential solutions I have to solving this issue. But unfortunately, the phone farm at this point is not very profitable, so I don't know that I want to outlay a large amount of capital to try to fix this, but I'll walk through the issues in that later video, so look out for that video in the coming days. Number 13 is a new project, the Natix VX360. I did a video on this several months ago. This is essentially it's very similar to HiveMapper, except it's for Teslas, and they're basically taking your Tesla camera data and capturing that via the cloud, and you get rewarded. I just received my device earlier this week. So we can put it there. It's a little small device. It connects via USB into your Tesla. Now, they don't have the app ready yet. They wanted to get these devices shipped out so they could avoid the tariffs that were going into effect. So the device won't be live, or their app won't be live till, I believe they were thinking May 2nd. So I'm going to install it later this week, and then hopefully I can get a video out after I do some preliminary testing on this in a couple weeks here. But it'll be interesting to see how much this thing actually earns, and I'm hopeful that it'll be a very hands-off process. For a lot of these depin projects, I don't like to have to troubleshoot and tinker with miners just because there's so many of them, and I've got other priorities, so hopefully this will be a very passive process for us. So keep a lookout on that for the Natix VX360, especially if you have a Tesla. It could be a really interesting project for people that have Teslas. Moving down our list, we have GetGrass. This is a browser extension. It's a free project. No new reward distributions this month, but we did have a reward distribution at the beginning of the year, so I'm hopeful we'll have one here again shortly, but it is a free project to join. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check that out. Similarly, Silencio, they're collecting noise data via their free Silencio app. I'll put a link for this as well. No new distributions for Silencio this month, but I saw they're doing raffles every month. So if you participate in the project, you join in the raffle and you earn some free tokens each month. Next, we have the Solana Chapter 2 phone. No new airdrops for this, and my understanding is they're planning to ship this phone later this year. For those of you familiar, the Solana Chapter 1 phone, which was a year and a half ago, it was a big winner for people that purchased that because they got some huge airdrops that were worth at one point over like $3,000. So we'll see if we get some good airdrops with the Solana Chapter 2 phone once I receive my device later this year. Number 17, Map Metrics. This is a device you plug into your car, and it collects mapping data on, I guess, GPS location of your car. They were going to do a token launch in Q2, but I haven't seen any update on that. They did have a token several years ago, but then they dropped the liquidity from it, and they're planning to move from Solana to Peak. But at this point, I don't know when the ETA of when that's ever going to be, because they were going to do it once Peak launched, but Peak launched in Q4 of last year, and we're still waiting on a token launch for Map Metrics. So we'll keep a lookout on that, but I don't have my hopes up that it's going to be anytime soon. Next, we have Onocoy. This is very similar to GeoNet, also on testnet. I have a satellite on my, or not a satellite, I have an antenna and a receiver connected to my roof, earning testnet tokens for Onocoy, but no definitive word yet on when their token launch. Unfortunately, with a lot of these testnet projects, I think a lot of them are waiting for a better crypto market environment to launch their tokens, just because the market has been kind of the dumps the last several months and nobody wants to launch a token when no one's interested. So I think they're waiting for sunnier days to launch a lot of their tokens. Then we have Wingbits. My Wingbits is still down. I need to troubleshoot this, but they are also still on testnet and their token launch is still TBD. And then finally we have Starplug, which is a smart plug. I did a video on this last year. They were going to do their token launch in Q1, but then my understanding it's been delayed and there's no ETA on that as well. So we'll keep a lookout on these testnet projects to see when they go live. And when they do go live, I'll make sure to do an update video for you guys. Moving on to the miner graveyard. This is a list of all the different projects that have died over the years that I've reviewed, and then for whatever reason they're dead, whether it's network attacks or become unprofitable. Usually unprofitability is the reason for the dead projects. You can see essentially every ASIC miner, all these mini gold shell miners, and all these other projects unfortunately have died over the years, but essentially going to wasteland and never to return, unfortunately. The one thing about this miner graveyard, every project I've ever put on here, none have ever come off, which is disappointing. But I think it shows that you need to be very selective about what projects you jump into, because the vast majority of these projects are going to fail in the long run. And when you have profits, you got to take profits when you see them, and not wait for hopium 100x's someday, because 99% of the time, that's never going to happen. Moving on to our ROI analysis. This is essentially analysis of how long it would currently take to break even if you were to purchase any of these devices today based on the current earnings. As always, we'll start off with the assumptions I'm making here so we can level set. Miner fair market value estimates are based on current miner sales prices. Those prices could go up and down, and that'll obviously affect things. Current month net income is my mining results less mining expenses. Yours could be different. This is as of a point in time at the end of April 2025. Miner value and income amounts will obviously vary over time as crypto prices change and mining difficulty changes. And then finally, this is not financial advice. Don't use this as your sole justification to purchase a miner or node. So I have the projects here sorted from lowest break-even days to highest. I'll give some high-level commentary over each. I also have a color coding system here in column B. Green I would consider the top tier projects, which I think have the most potential. A lot of them have real world use cases, and many of them are already bringing in revenue into their projects. Yellow, I have some concerns with some of these projects, and then red are some of the projects I would stay away from at this point. So like I mentioned earlier, Entropy, it's kind of a gimmicky meme coin project, but it does only cost about 15 bucks to get these little devices off Amazon. You do have to jump through some hoops to get in the project, dig a hole, like I said, in your backyard, and post it on X, and they have to vote on it, so you have to make sure you dig a good hole. So it's kind of a gimmicky way to get into a project. But you can see the break-even days, just 2 days at this point, just because of the low cost and the high profitability of this project. Number two, their HiFix GeoNet space weather station. The big downside I see with this project is the price point at 600 bucks. I know that is quite pricey for a lot of people, but it has been a nice set it and forget it project for me. I've really never had to troubleshoot this device, and I've had it connected for almost 3 years now. They do have that halving coming up here in a couple months, so the rewards are going to get cut in half. But the one big benefit with this project is they are bringing a lot of money into this project, and they have a burn mechanism, so it's helping to keep the Geo token price up even through this troubling crypto market we've seen over the last couple months. So if you're looking to get in any project, I think HiFix GeoNet is your best bet at this point. Number three, your DIMO data miner. I think if you got a Tesla or another smart car, you should download that software and start earning some free DIMO tokens. And even these devices are relatively cheap at 150 bucks if you have an older car. And it's also one of those set it and forget it projects, which I love for a depin project. Number four, WeatherXM. Now my rewards here, like I mentioned earlier, are going to include testnet rewards. So your break-even time is going to be quite a bit higher at this point, just because if you order the device now, you're not going to earn those testnet rewards, obviously. So this 330 days, it's probably going to be closer to 2 years if you were to purchase this device now. Number 5, Hive Mapper. One issue I have with Hive Mapper and why I have it yellow here is there's really no indication of if you were to order your device now, like when are you going to get it? Like people have been waiting a year plus for their B and still have no indication of when they're going to receive them. So if you were to order one today, I don't know when you can expect to receive your device. But if you do drive a lot, Hive Mapper I think is a great project to jump into, just because they have promised that this B is going to be a very passive mapping process for people. And I think it is really a cool project in terms of trying to map all the roads of the world. It's one of the, I think, one of the best use cases I've seen for depin in crypto. And then down to some of these lower tier projects, STEPN. It's kind of a gimmicky project. I don't see STEPN working out long term, but it's an excuse for me to move. The Anyone miner, watch my video on Anyone if you're considering it, but I think there are some big red flags with this project, but we'll see. It's still on testnet, and I've been wrong before. Deeper Connect Mini, I would stay away from this one. Sword Chain, I have this one as yellow. If you have a Tesla, you can get a free connection there. If you have a hardware device, your rewards are going to be higher. You can pick one up for just about 75 bucks. The one issue, I used to have a hardware device for my old car, and the bad part about it was you had to open up their app every time you drove, which was kind of annoying. I don't like having to do that, and we'll see what, I don't know what the rewards currently are for the hardware devices, but I would assume they're quite a bit higher than the Tesla connection here. Then we have these bottom projects, which I would stay away from, Crank, Streamer, and Phone Farm. Silencio, Get Grass, have green just because they are free apps that have no cost, but no new rewards this month. But if you want to check those out, I'll link those in the description. Swan Chapter 2, we'll see about that one. It's kind of pricey at 400 bucks for a phone, especially since most people probably aren't going to use it an actual phone and just are there for the airdrops, but we'll see. Natix VX360, we'll see on that once I test this thing out. If you have a Tesla, I think it's a strong project you should consider. Onocoy, very similar to GeoNet. We'll see what the rewards look like, but I know they were estimating about $1 a day or even more. So this one could be another big winner. I know they've just got up to 5,000 stations globally, so they're right on GeoNet's heels in terms of deploying their stations globally. And then finally, these last couple testnet projects, Wingbits, Starplug, and Matmetrics. They're still on testnet, so we don't have any idea on rewards, but I think they are a little risky at this point just because they've been in testnet for so long at this point. So if you want to purchase any of these devices, I've got links and discount codes for them in the description below. As always, it helps to financially support the channel, so I thank you very much if you choose to buy one, and if not, I don't blame you at this point either. Thanks for watching. Bye.